You just have to understand what the risks are, and so things can cascade. That's what.
Well, I know what the risks are. I don't have ain't told, so I'm pretty sure I understand.
You know, to correct that means you take off more tissue, and you're on the end of the foot. And if that doesn't heal, then
So you're saying like he could lose that toe too?
he could lose the foot. That's what I'm
The
talking
foot.
about.
That's bigger.
I mean, that's it's a risk.
Yeah, right.
That's what we're here.
And it's all. Do you have any pain up here, or is it all down here?
Yeah, it does. Like when I'm wearing shoes all day, that irritates the shoe, and it's hitting across there.
Yeah.
Sending pain to me.
And so it's pain here, and you were saying last time that was really flared up too.
All that down there.
Yeah.
Like that whole thing, I think it's dislocated down here.
So I'm going to give a little bit of context here. So 3 goals today. 1 is to talk about why we had to cancel the surgery.
Yes, sir.
2 is to talk about how we get this feeling better.
Gotcha.
And 3 is to talk about what are the circumstances where we can fix this and kind of get it behind it. All right.
Gotcha.
These guys are vascular surgeons. Dr. Jacobs is the head of vascular surgery. You know the studies you did with the ultrasound.
Yes, sir.
It showed that the blood flow going through your leg was like tenuous. Ordinarily, you have 3 arteries that are putting blood to your foot, and after the procedures you had before, it kind of went down to 1, and that 1 was a little bit tenuous. So the risk of doing something here and having a problem similar to what you had before or worse was too high.
Right.
And so that's why I'm gonna let these guys talk through kind of the vascular study and what they found, and then I really want to focus on like what are the circumstances where we can fix it? Like how can we get this fixed in the safest way possible?
So back in 21, when you had that episode, they did a great job. They got everything lined up, you know, blood flow to heal the wounds, and everything was dialed in. When you saw the vascular surgeons in Mississippi, your blood pressure to the ankle was normal. So they checked the blood pressure in your ankle and compared it to the blood pressure in your arm, and that was 1, so 100%. So since then, since 2022, which was last time you saw them, it's now 66%. So those arteries that they got opened, they did that drill, that atherectomy device. Some of those arteries have shut down. So they're kind of shut down, open, shut down, and your body is working its way down like that, down into the foot. So that's the current state.
Okay, how do we get those back open?
Well, you can get them open, but the chance of keeping them open are not very good.
Gotcha.
Once they've been treated like that, and what they cut out, I mean, I don't have the inch-grain pictures. We have a couple pictures like the atherectomy, the stuff they shaved out. Looks like clot, not just plaque. And you know, clotted arteries are almost more difficult. Warts in the imaging, where we see what's open and what isn't, looks pretty bad.
Right.
So your body's compensated. It's figured out how to get some blood flow down there through collaterals, you know, kind of growing new ones. You know, in a pinch, you know, would it heal? Yes, but tenuous, and would require, you know, really detailed, you know, like you just couldn't walk at all. And it can take a long time. And if there's any setback, the gold standard to think about a bypass, but it's a tiny artery, you know, like all the way down the foot, like all the way here, which makes it hard to, you know, wear certain shoes. You know, it's external, it's kind of compressed. I mean, it's a whole bunch of stuff.
I just didn't want to straighten that toe out because it's hitting against the shoe.
I understand.
That's the underneath part. That ain't gonna change. I mean, I don't even have feeling down there, but I know that's dislocated right now, and I don't have feeling at the bottom of my foot at all. I just want to know what we can do because I want to do it this summer. Because when we get rolling, I'm not have time to do it.
They didn't do toe pressures because it's hard because you don't really have a good toe to get a little cuff on and get a pressure. Yeah.
Good one, dog.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
said, like I'm not sitting right here. You don't really have to do it.
Well, that's one more
you
major.
just clown me, and I'm sitting right here.
Yeah, that's one. You just have to understand what the risks are, and so things can cascade. That's what.
Well, I know what the risks are. I only have 8 toes, so I'm pretty sure I understand. It is what it is. I don't plan on doing no more running in my life. It is what it is.
To correct that means you take off more tissue, and you're on the end of the foot, and if that doesn't heal, and then
So you're saying like he could lose that toe too?
he could lose the foot. That's what
The
I'm talking
foot.
about.
That's bigger.
I mean, that's is a risk.
Well,
And
yeah,
what's
right.
the risk of that is, you know, we just throw out. I know you're hurting, you can't function well, but you know, to get through a season where you could be off of it, and if there were complications, and you had time to deal with them, would be different than going into the season. That's
In the meantime, do some treatments to get it feeling better and see if we can get you through the season when it would be easier to just take 2 weeks off and chill. What I'm hearing from you is there really is no easier. Like,
It ain't no easy.
yeah, like it's not gonna, like your life doesn't shut down after we hoist the championship trophy.
No, it gets more.
It speeds up maybe.
Yeah, it speeds up. Now you're in recruiting and this and that.
Yeah.
This is times where speaking engagements, commercials. This is those times right now.
But I think
This
what
is
we,
the best downtime I have.
yeah. So I think what we look at then is, I mean, if we just do the toe and not, you know, because that's a percutaneous decision, we pin the toe, and we would know on the table that it's perfused. And we could we could probably do nitroglycerin, like there's lots of things we could do to sort of make sure there's good perfusion.
just don't mess off it.
Yeah, and it's
I love when
pretty,
they
so yeah,
tell
it's not
me.
gonna be much. It's literally a 2 millimeter incision.
Make me feel like my public school system
They
has failed.
failed it, yeah.
Oh, you're doing all right.
You are doing okay.
Your life's doing pretty good.
funny.
So I think that's what we look at then. Let's pick a date.
Okay.
Ideally, it's the drapes off. We make sure that it's got blood flow, and that would straighten out the toe. So it's kind of sitting down, back down, skid.
Yeah, because the other one like is on its way too
Yeah.
to doing the same thing.
Yeah.
The hammer toe.
They do kind of sequentially do that. Since one's missing, the next one gets that same force on it.
And I know they told me that dislocated up on the.
There was like a certain blood vessel in it that it would just, he didn't know when it was happening. If his foot was down too long, it would just break open and bleed all over the place. So yeah, there was, I guess, good blood flow.
Yeah. So it's clot like this scar. It's like scar. It's really rigid. You know, it's not hard. You can't. It goes out and it comes back. It just it stretches and doesn't stay that way. So they shaved out stuff, which is a good technique. But the long-term success of that and that level with that kind of problem is about 50%.
I have no feeling about it. I can't feel nothing.
That might have been from a time when you had less blood flow, because it was bad for a while, and then they got it back. Even if that's a day or 2 or 3, sometimes that damages the nerves.
Coach, what questions do you have?
I'm good. You answered everything intelligently. You guys killed it. So good. I know the risk. We've had this conversation before. I know all that. That's how we got here.
All right.
I guess my questions would be, I mean, this gets closer to when we get to the surgery, but like stopping his blood thinner, would he have to stop those prior to, or?
I'd hold it the day out.
Slow us down, Doc.
Okay, so they ballooned out. And when blood, coming out of an artery this big goes into one this big, it slows down, and it layers out in a slow flow, and then it forms clot, just like the deep river runs, slow.
So it just keeps kind of forming on top of
And
it.
so there's a wall that has slow flow, and that layers clot. Your body automatically, if it's going slow enough, it clots. Then if you hit that or do something to it, stretch it, or it gets up thicker and thicker, then some of it breaks loose, and then it goes downstream and lands where it gets to a small artery, like down in the leg. And I think that's what's happened with you. I mean, other reasons people get it more commonly are atherosclerosis, cholesterol, smoking, that stuff. I don't think that's your issue.
I've never smoked in my life, so
Yeah.
I'm severely ill.
But the clotting from an aneurysm is something that the blood thinner would be important to be on long term. Arteries, it's supposed to be this big around your groin, and it's like that bigger. If that gets bigger, that's another. That's not a life threatening necessarily, but it's a major operation to replace the artery with a bypass.
So those are our yearly checkups with him when he comes in for that,
Yeah.
the Doppler stuff from.
It would be, and at some point, I don't know. I mean, the angiograms would be nice to get.
I won NBA championship last night.
Good. It's a big deal, man.
Big deal.
That one's special.
No, on to the next one.
Next one.
We got-
This will be your next one.
Now they got to keep those teams together.
Yeah. Yeah.
Full disclosure, I had season tickets in Nebraska for 12 years.
Well,
Back in the day when they
we
were,
beat
you
you.
know, really, I don't know, they're hard.
They were unbelievable.
Yeah.
They were doing
Yeah.
things quick. Robbie Thomas.
Yeah.
He graduated a year after he went pick after the 6th Street overall.
Okay, sounds good.
Man, I appreciate you. Congratulations.
Great.
Thank you very much, sir.
You will.
Thank you guys for coming in early. I appreciate it.
All right.
Yeah. All right. We'll see.
Thank
We'll
you,
talk
guys.
soon. All right.
All right.